Elliot Anderson set for record Man City move. Premier League legends hit the darts in New York, and Ecuador shocked Dino's new favourite team, Germany. That's all coming up on this episode of Proper
Football Daily.
Lads, what a day we've had here in New York. I went to Ecuador, Germany earlier on. What a game that was. And then we headed over to the darts at Madison Square Garden. But on Proper Football Daily, we're going to start with the big England news of the day on the back page of this morning's Sun. Manchester City have agreed a £116 million deal to take Elliot Anderson from Nottingham Forest to City. One hell of a deal is the headline on the back page. A Martin Blackburn story. He's going to be more expensive than the £105 million Arsenal paid West Ham for Declan Rice 3 years ago. It'll be a Man City club record deal, more than the £100 million they paid for Jack Grealish. Angelos Marinakis wanted £130 million originally, but they've settled on this. Dino, thoughts?
I'm pretty annoyed, to be honest, because we talked in a couple of episodes ago about Pedro Porro and Mark Cucurella, who shouldn't be discussing contracts, moves while they're at a World Cup. And now we've got an England player doing it possibly on the eve of our third group game or slightly afterwards. And he shouldn't be doing it. It shouldn't be happening. And there's even discussions, as we were coming in before, that he's going to have a medical in New York at some point over this weekend. We think it's because Man City are owners of New York City FC, and I'm just not happy about it. I think, they can use their facilities fine while they're here, but the England player should be concentrating on the England World Cup, not his next move.
Shaun?
Dino's right, actually. Back in the day, it wouldn't have been even entertained. You would not be able to discuss transfers while you're on World Cup duty. It would have been do it before you leave or do it afterwards, never during. But the world's changed, it's moved on. People seem to be allowed to do it now. I'm not saying, I don't think it's right, but it is going to be done.
But it shouldn't be happening, and I hope we aren't talking about it in 3 days' time, saying he's had a terrible game against Panama, he's going to be dropped for a knockout game, and it's because this deal has got in his head. And we shouldn't be talking about it now, so it shouldn't be happening in a World Cup. And the only other thing to add is because it's City, I'm surprised it's not 115 instead of 116.
Why do we think it is happening during a tournament then?
Well, because I think they want the deal done as soon as possible as a club. Of course they do. That's only natural that a football club spending those sums of money would do that. But, I think the player is probably, or the agent more like, is probably wanting the deal to be done now in case he has an injury against Panama or in the knockout stages, and then he misses out on his mega deal to Manchester City and spends most of the summer thinking, I wish I'd signed it while I was on England camp. But
I don't see why it would really affect him, though. I mean, if it gets done, it gets done. If it doesn't get done, it doesn't get done. But why would it affect him mentally playing it? I've got a great move to Manchester City. That's only a good thing, isn't it?
Shouldn't he be focusing on England, though?
I agree.
Yes, I agree with that. But why would it affect himself mentally?
How do you think he'll...
It's a good thing. It's a boost. Somebody wants me for £116 million. I'm a good player.
But if you're thinking about that and the
deal...
deal...
If it's done, it's not going to affect him. I don't think it should be done during the World Cup, but why should it affect him?
I don't think
Makes
Thomas
him feel
Tuchel...
better.
I don't think Thomas Tuchel's going to be too happy about it. It's because
then he could say no. He could say, we're not doing it.
Well,
You're going to leave it till the end of the World Cup.
I hope we're standing here tomorrow where England have said you cannot have your medical during it. We're not releasing you for the medical. I hope that's the case.
Would they do that, though?
Well,
is that realistic these days?
Yeah, they should. They should say, no, you're on England duty. If FIFA pays money to clubs during the World Cup for the players who have been released, they are on international duty, so international duty it is, not, I'll have a day off and go and have a medical to move clubs.
Fair enough. Well, we didn't have a day off today because we're here in the studio. We carved out a little bit of time this evening to go to the US Darts Masters at Madison Square Garden. What an evening it was. The cream of the crop were there. Van Veen, Gerwyn Price, James Wade. The cream of the crop indeed. Yeah, there's Dino. Get your Tic Tacs out with his little sign there. Van Veen, Gerwyn Price, James Wade, Littler, Luke Humphrey, Stephen Bunting, all won. Josh Rock's defeat was the only real shock of the evening in the first round. It was absolutely thrilling. Shaun, as well as Dino there, of course, with his sign, with producer Luke and Steve in the background, enjoying themselves hugely. There were some real big dogs in the house tonight, right? You had Glenn Murray, Connor Cody, Troy Deeney, David Bentley, Alex Crook from TalkSport, and the one you were most starstruck by, Shaun, Adam Cleary.
Oh, yes. Top tactics man, yes. It was an honour to meet somebody who really knew what he was talking about tactics. Dean sort of looked at me and then thought I was a bit of a disgrace, actually.
And a fellow Geordie, of course.
Yeah, fellow Geordie. He's on with me in Inside the Tune on TalkSport, and it was great to see him, actually. We talked tactics for quite a while.
Did you?
Very interesting it was.
I've got to say, I think he's fantastic as well. And I'm not saying that through gritted teeth. He is absolutely brilliant at what he does. And the more people talking about tactics, the better.
Right, let's listen to what Lloyd Canfield, our man on the ground in New York, had to say to David Bentley.
David.
Yes.
You could have dressed up.
No, I know. I don't know what people. This is my normal outfit. I don't know this is how I go out. I love it.
How much have you been enjoying England at this World Cup?
I'm loving it. You know, the energy, the people. Boston was unbelievable. The people there were unbelievable. There was traffic cones everywhere, all over there. George Washington statues, but they didn't care. They loved it. It's the home of MIT, Harvard. All posh people, lovely people, they're educated and they just want to have fun. We've got to change the world, haven't we? That's what we've got to do. Come on.
And how good have these fans been? I mean, all this, they're all England fans.
Well, this is life, isn't it? This is what we want. We want people to have fun, not be too serious. Take the mick out yourself, have a laugh, love every human being, love life. This is what it's all about. So many problems in the world and we're going to correct it.
And if you don't worry,
You gotta have faith. What about you?
You gotta have faith to faith. You gotta have faith to faith to faith.
Deary me, another quiet night at the darts. So it was nice of you to lend your jacket to David Bentley there.
And typically understated performance from David Bentley there. And also Troy, SunSport columnist, who's been in this studio already this summer, giving us a little bit of verbal, is what he had to say to me.
Right, Troy, you've got me an absolute load of grief on this trip. You gave me a load of waffle the other day about Jordan Pickford.
Yeah.
I bumped into your old pal Ben Foster in the Long Acre in New York.
Well, you didn't ask him. It was a bit weird, wasn't you? A bit stalkerish, just got your phone out in his face.
As you flipping told me, thanks for a total stitch-up merchant.
Yeah, no problem.
But ultimately, I was right, you were wrong, and a former England goalkeeper told you you're wrong.
Yeah.
You haven't said sorry yet.
I'm not going to say sorry.
Well, now's the time.
No, listen. Also, Ben did say, we're on camera, be careful. That means he can't tell the truth. I tell the truth. Ben's got a brand, a product.
Yeah, so you're big time over this side of the pond. What are you talking about?
Everywhere.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Massive.
Sorry for being specific. How you feeling about Panama then?
Honestly, we're through.
We've got to win the group, haven't we?
We will. You can play, I want to see the others play now, though. I want to see Kane rested. I want to see Rashford and Saka start 60 minutes. Give them a chance to stretch the legs. Also, I want to see like Ollie Watkins. I just think that we do the same pattern every time. We take these other guys, we don't give them a chance, and then we'll get to like a knockout game, be a little bit ropey and go on, then go with us the game. Give them a chance to get ready. But other than that, it's Panama, it should be 10-0.
And if you had to pick out the three of us, who's the most central one football-wise, me, Dean or Shaun?
Do you know what? I did hear. No, I will tell you. Do you know what I did hear? Dean's a little bit sensitive. That our podcast has done the most numbers. And I'm sorry, but it's what you get.
Exactly, when you put a big hit,
when you put a big dog in, that's what you get.
I've got to say, he was just about to say that what he does with the tactics was, and you interrupted him. Absolutely disgraceful behaviour.
It was a good day, wasn't it, Shaun, at the darts?
Yeah, loved it. I love going to the darts. It's fantastic fun. And very entertaining tonight, and the fans were in very good voice. Plenty of England fans turned up this evening.
And what were they singing, fellas? What were they singing?
Well, there's a couple we can't repeat on here.
No, they were singing Sweet Caroline, I think you'll find.
Oh, yeah. They were,
You know, so
again, overused, oversaturated, we've all agreed
I
already.
rest my case.
One thing I will just say, lads, I've been starstruck twice this year. The first time was when I met in person Proper Football Daily and Sun columnist Carl Walker a couple of weeks ago at the World Cup preview night. The second time was when I met Bo the Beard tonight. You two didn't know who he was, but I just want to give a quick shout out to Bo. He's my favourite social media influencer. Grime Gran, if you don't know. They live in Bethnal Green. They're salt of the earth people. He sticks his phone in his nan's face and they shout at each other. It is absolutely golden content. Make sure you're following Bo and Grime Gran, and thanks for the picture. Gents, it's that time of the show again. It's hydration break time. What do we do on hydration break time?
We have a Hawkston.
We do have a Hawkston. Let's have a Hawkston. And Proper Football Daily is brought to you in partnership with Hawkston. And for this World Cup, we've teamed up for an excellent tournament prize. Head to the link in the description of this video to find out more and enter. It's 18 plus only. Terms and conditions apply. and always drink responsibly. Dino, I'm sure you were a little bit downhearted this afternoon after your favourite team, Germany, lost 2-1 to Ecuador at the MetLife. It was an absolutely sensational game. I went along, was sat among the Ecuador fans at the MetLife Stadium. Joking aside, what a result for Ecuador. They hadn't scored a goal in the tournament before this game. They were phenomenal. Germany were awful. What did you make of it?
Well, just let's put some context on that as well. That they're all taking the mickey out of me for being in Times Square when the Germans went for it yesterday, and I very much enjoyed the Germans having a good time in Times Square. So sorry about that, but I did cheer when Ecuador scored today because it was an absolutely brilliant game, and Ecuador desperately needing the win to go through. The winning goal came, and the celebrations were outstanding. I mean, the manager was climbing into the stands to try and get to his family. It was absolutely brilliant. It's what the World Cup's all about, and all of a sudden, this whole 48 team thing with a celebration like that for finishing third in the group and going through, it all of a sudden starts to get a little bit better. So yeah, very, very pleased for Ecuador, and the fans in New York tonight have been sensational.
And you were celebrating with the Ecuador fans as well?
I was, yeah. I've learnt a couple of new chants.
Yes?
Well, my Spanish isn't great. It was Si se puede, I think, which is come on, yes you can. And then a couple of Dale Ecuador I was doing for quite a bit.
So how many teams have you got then at the World Cup?
Well, I've got my Brazil shirt, of course. I've worn my South Korea shirt. I'm an England fan predominantly, but Ecuador are, and the latest one on the list for sure.
So apart from when England play, do you not want any team to win?
Couldn't care less. I'm not bothered.
Well, you don't want Germany to lose. I mean,
No,
it was
I don't
great.
care, honestly. I just want England to win. I'm not really bothered about the others. Honestly, I'm not.
Even Germany.
I find I enjoy a game more if I want one team to win rather than the other.
Yeah, sure.
Just watch a game for watching the game's sake.
Gents, Scotland are all but out. They've dropped down that league table of third place teams. South Africa, excellent result. Their Ecuador result did them no favours as well. They need a miracle. They are out. And Steve Clarke was right after all in his miserable post-match interview.
He said they were going home, and Dino gave him a good shoe-in, and he's probably quite right. And Steve Clarke's had quite a bit of stick for the way he treated reporters after the game, and so he should, because he was pretty miserable. And don't mind seeing him go home, really.
Yeah. And when we were in recording last night, we're yet to see those pictures of Steve Clarke. So we were giving our opinion as it stood at that point, especially me. Sorry, but yeah, it was the way he was afterwards. Is that he's not. What I would say to him is in that scenario, you're not just talking to the reporter with the microphone. As journalists, we are there to hopefully give the story to the fans back at home. So he should be thinking, I'm standing in front of that camera, giving my opinion on what happened in that game to those millions of Scottish fans who were desperate for them to do well. And he just grunted at the reporter, barely even looked at them or the camera, and then just sulked off. I mean, it's out of order. And do you know what? I don't think you'll get another job in football.
No, you might be right. I thought it was a disgraceful performance from him, to be honest. Worse than the team itself.
Quite. Well, you're very well put, by the way, Dino. And Shaun Ahern of TalkSport also did a very, very good piece on very much similar to what you're saying.
Well, I didn't see it, but I'm sure she did because she's brilliant and passionate Scot as well. So
exactly that. Spain and France play again later on today. Got lost in all the excitement from today, and that is it for another exciting episode of Proper Football Daily. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, of course, to subscribe to the channel, like this video, let us know what you think of what I've to say in the comments. You can watch every single episode of Proper Football Daily throughout the World Cup at thesun.co.uk, and we'll see you tomorrow.